Hey guys, it's Shauna Ralu. How's everybody doing today? On the last episode, we managed to beat against the gym leader Brock of Pewter City and also came down here to Mount Moon. We battled some trainers and I actually caught one of the Pokemon and also gained some couple of levels. Now, it's just one of those things that we just gotta do to get to the, our next destinations. So I know you guys are thinking, you're just making the video a bit too short. Oh! Why, yes. Please. Thank you. I got me a Magikarp. I actually forgot about that. So, I know you guys are thinking that this is making like a really short video, and I understand about that. I have a reason for it because I want to get to like one destination to another and just want to get through of all this. Okay, so what is this? It is Water Gun. Okay, I don't have any, well, I have Magikarp, but I don't think he can use Water Gun. I mean, if he evolves into Gyarados sooner, then maybe. But honestly, I don't think Magikarp can use Water Gun. It can only probably use maybe Splash and Tackle. Also, I also gained some levels with my 3 team, not permanent team, but Pikachu, Mankey, and Pidgeotto. So far, they've been helping me very well, and I promise you that when I get my other teammates, they're not going to be part of my team, sadly. I know what you guys are thinking. These teams are really good. Why can't you use them a lot? Well, let's just say I have used them. And that was years ago. I mean, I could technically actually use them again if I feel like it. But what I'm just doing is just capturing some Pokemon that I can actually, help me to battle in certain ways, and then after that, just, continue on, and then raise up the levels a bit. It doesn't hurt to actually do so. I mean, if you guys are wanting me to actually, do it on screen, that's okay, but in my honest opinion, it's probably best to just level up and capture Pokemon off screen, so that way I don't run into any trouble. And here's the reason why I actually like to raise up my Pokemon level as high as I can go. The reason of that is because the last time when I actually first played I do believe it was actually Pokemon Silver to Sapphire and Emerald. Because in between those 3 games, I was under-leveled so bad. So incredibly bad. And let me tell you, I end up losing a lot. And it was pissing me off. And after growing up, because as a child, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know why am I playing these games when I don't even know what's going on. It's just one way of actually me saying that I don't know anything about how to do these Pokemon games. And thinking that I am under-leveled as fuck and thinking I'm useless and... oh yeah, it was not a pretty sight. So, as I was growing up and still playing these old games, before well, let's see here. Right after when, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum first came out, I actually learned these things that I should, level up my Pokemon as high as I can go. And, just making sure that I don't do anything stupid. And hello! Yep! We get to battle against Team Rocket for the first time. You more look like a thug than a frickin' Team Rocket. Oh my god. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. When I was very underleveled and I needed to actually keep on going of what I was supposed to be doing. So, after, like, understanding a little bit more of what I'm actually doing wrong, I better actually, like, get over-leveled, but not too over-leveled of certain of my Pokemon that could probably, like, my Pokemon would not be able to obey me, and that part really scares me. I have done it, since, like, I would say in between Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Alpha, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire. And since I got at least a couple of my Pokemon, besides my starter, like, over-leveled, it gets concerning because that's when they disobey my orders and end up, like, either falling asleep, get themselves confused, look away, or choose their own different moves. It's one of the suckiest things that I had to be really careful, because I don't want to be, like, overly too over-leveled, if that's even a word. Wow! Just when I was gonna get that Pokeball, a fucking Zubat just came out of nowhere. Perfect! Thank you, buddy. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I had to be, like, really careful by over-leveling. And, after that, then I hate you. I hate you. So much. So, it's just one of those things that I had to, like, make sure I am sort of over-leveled, yet not over-leveled. How you doing? I was gonna talk to Pikachu until you interrupt me! God, does these Zubats really have interruption problems? It surely looks like it. No. No. You will not confuse my Mankey. How you doing, Pikachu? That's my boy. I know what you guys are thinking. How do you know if Pikachu's a boy or girl? If you pay attention to this game, they don't show the genders. And basically, you're playing as Red or Ash. So, technically, it's a boy. Like, see, if you don't see any, like, genders of the Pokemon, you can't tell if it's a boy or a girl, and yet they're only calling it. So, it could be either one. Oh, cool! Mankey leveled up. Nice. Let's switch it up a bit. Pikachu. So, yeah, it's just that with the genders, it just feels like that, like, you don't even know, like, if it's a boy or a girl. Like, if you actually watch, like, if you play this first of the Gen 1 game, and then watch the first anime, that's a really bad matchup. Actually, no, because Magnemite is just an electric type Pokemon. He's not really a steel type. Not in this game, anyways. Like, apparently, like, in these certain games like this, steel and dark type Pokemon do not exist in Gen 1. So, technically, I'm okay. It's just I can't really, like, use my electric moves. I can, because they also don't have the abilities that could actually worry me. But they do have, like, certain moves that could kind of concern me, but it's hard to tell which one it is. Because since in Gen 1, wow, you had a slither of health. You might be like a 2 HP, probably. But yeah, it was just, when it comes around with, like, certain Pokemon, I honestly don't know. Okay, let's, grab this. Potion, perfect. So, wow. Oh, hello. Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna try to capture it. If I don't capture it, then I can just move on. Clefairy, I don't really know their percentage chance of, like, finding them. And I do believe they're, like, maybe at least, I wouldn't say 1%, but I would say, like, probably less than 10%. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I'm thinking that for how much these Pokemon are. Come on. Come on. Yeah! That's a good Clefairy. Also, what's really funny about Clefairy is that it has both genders. However, it makes more sense of the Clefairy to be more female than males. Because, they're not like 50-50% chance. They're actually more likely... Oh, let's see here. I would say like 24.5 male, and I think the females are like 85.5 male. I honestly don't know the percent chance of that, and there's just certain things that I just cannot describe very well, so do forgive me on that one. But I will tell you this a little funny thing. When I was in elementary school, and I have what they call my helper, one of those teacher's assistants, an IA, that's what they're called. So what happened is I had a helper that's been helping me with my issues because I have a disability, in case you guys maybe did not know, even if I told you about it. But anyways, she actually, she was also learning about, by me about Pokemon, because I was somehow teaching her in certain ways. I don't know why would I actually teach a teacher's assistant to actually learn about Pokemon. Like, even as a kid, I did not know anything about Pokemon. I didn't even know what I was doing wrong in order to understand Pokemon. But every other cases, I've been helping her to actually know what Pokemon really is. And, they, in the elementary school, we have, like, one of those, like, library, books that have Pokemon, stories, like, from Ash and Pikachu. Nothing about the manga back then. Because I know the mangas were there back in the days, but they weren't there in the high school year. Oh boy. I need to switch it up. I was able to actually somehow teach her about Pokemon and show her how to, like, draw Pokemon, how to say the Pokemon's name. And then when I look back and I'm like thinking, why am I teaching someone who does not understand Pokemon in this certain ways? Apparently, which is funny enough, before she actually retired, because she and I are really good friends. She's an adult. She's like, probably in her late 40s, early 50s. I'm going to have to ask her about that. This is maybe rude for me to say it. She told me before she retired that she had some students at the elementary school who was also teaching her about Pokemon. And I'm like thinking, really? I have little siblings that I never knew about, and yet somehow they are teaching you about Pokemon? We started laughing about that, and it was hysterical how, like, I'm not the only one that taught her about Pokemon, but apparently some of the kids are teaching her about that too. And she's also trying to be funny and calls it Pokemon rather than saying Pokemon. Even though back in the days in the Gen 1 from 1995, that they call it Pokemon. Like with a Poka. And it was just fucking hysterical, to be perfectly honest. So I just find that really funny that I taught her about Pokemon, and then she does not understand about anything about that. And then all of a sudden, some of the kids at the elementary school started teaching her about Pokemon. So I'm like thinking, why are we teaching a grown woman who does not understand Pokemon very well? I don't know. But it was actually very kind of weird, and I don't think that's maybe a good idea. Yeah, actually, no. I'm gonna have to switch it up to Mankey. But yeah, it was just really weird comment how I actually am teaching a grown woman who knows nothing about Pokemon, which I kind of really find that funny. I'm like thinking, wow, why are we teaching these people who do not understand Pokemon that well? But she never grew up with Pokemon, but that's not really an issue. It's just very funny to thinking that somehow certain people who can actually not understand them, but can also learn by kids. I don't know why. It's just one of those funny things that I thought maybe we kids can somehow teach a grown adults who knows nothing about Pokemon. Like I told you last time that I know a teacher with her oldest daughter that loves to and plays a lot about Pokemon. That's not really an issue. What's an issue is that sometimes it's hard to tell for like certain people who knows nothing about Pokemon, but yet learning from the kids of like in their let's see here, in the elementary school they would actually probably be like at least 5 to 10 to maybe 14 years of age. So it's just really funny to see it that way. So I just cannot really argue the fact of thinking that I'm not the only one that does that. TM1, what is that? I may have to put these these items Mega Punch. Can Pikachu learn that? Yes, he can. I forgot that Pikachu can learn Mega Punch. Hell, I even forgot that Raichu can learn Mega Punch. Okay. Yeah. You don't hear me complaining about that. No. No way. Though, there has been some issues with the Mega Punch that I'm actually mainly, I wouldn't say concerned, but disappointed once in a while. Because every time that we actually, like, you know, use Mega Punch, and what happens that they end up like freaking missing so much. And what okay, so it's about like 20 power, but it's just that it has a funny way of like missing so much, and it's really quite irritating, to be perfectly honest. I couldn't even begin to tell you why it would be irritating. It's just like, you know, one problem after another, and just thinking that one move actually hit one time, and then they miss like at least 2 times, and then hit 1 time, and then miss like 3 more times. Yeah, certain moves can be quite irritating. I don't know about any of you guys, but that like recently happened to me so many times, and it was just so frustrating. But it's just one of these things that I just cannot even describe why. Alrighty. Hey, more strengths, more battles, more money, more levels. Okay. So, what else can I tell you guys? Well, I can tell you this, because when I was in elementary... Why were you actually blocking the friggin' stairways, dude? Yes, that would make perfect sense. Okay, I know that was disrespectful. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so, I can tell you for what happened to me when I was in elementary school. Since I was actually, like, in... I think it was in between 3rd and 4th grade, before I went to 5th grade to like graduate and go to the middle school. I remember one time that when we are learning about like gardening, I do believe. Which one was it? Because we had to like study about like how we paint stuff on the wall, and then make some gardening and notes about things. I don't remember which one it was, but it was something that had to do about like how we work on environments. So while I was listening to what the teacher had to say about like what we need to do, and apparently I was moving my pencil around and around, like on the side of like my thighs, and all of a sudden, what happened is that I accidentally stabbed myself. Not poked myself, I stabbed myself. And let me tell you, it hurts. It hurt like hell. What are you doing, Pikachu? That's my boy. Yeah. He's starting to like me a lot. Okay, we're gonna battle this Team Rocket, and then we're gonna stop there for the day. But yeah, it's just that I actually accidentally like stabbed myself with a sharp-ass pencil at all times. And sure enough, after like studying about these things, I wanted to actually like go to the bathroom and do my business, and by the time I looked down on my thigh, I literally had a permanent pencil mark on my thigh. And I'm telling you guys, I really stabbed myself with a sharp-ass pencil. I cannot begin to tell you how much it hurts, to be honest. But other cases, yeah, it was just one of those things that I thought maybe that I would actually, you know, had trouble of these things. But it's just that, it didn't make me bleed. It did not make me bleed at all. But it surely did hurt that I had to, like, rub it around. And by rubbing it, it kind of stings a little bit, but it's not that bad. Unfortunately, I made an actual, like, mark on me. Like, I actually, you know, I have a scar on my thigh. Just a hole of the scar. So, yeah, it was just, it was a funny way how I did it on an actual pencil rather than any other weapons. Alright guys, I think we're going to end off the video right here. So in the meantime guys, please make a like down below and also subscribe. And if you want to comment to me, please feel free. Hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye!